Katie appeared, and today for you, I have another Doctor Who review. And of course it will be my last one until the Christmas special. I'm not too sure exactly what's going to happen when the Christmas special comes out. I don't know if I can review it as soon as I can, because I have no idea what exactly I'm doing for the holidays this year. Because last year I couldn't really do anything because I was away in Portugal seeing family. So again, I don't know what I'm doing this year, but if I am staying home, obviously you'll get that review. If not, I'll try and at least bring it up as soon as I can. Anywho, so yes, of course, as you can tell, I'll be reviewing the finale of season 10. And yeah, and obviously before I start, I have to say this. Remember, spoilers, 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 spoilers. If you have not yet seen the finale, then do not watch this video. Go watch it, come back, and then we can discuss on what we thought of this episode. Alright, let's get into this review. Now, guys, there is something I thought I would never say, ever. But I have to say it out loud, that Steve Moffat, this was an amazing season. You did really well this season, and I have to applaud you. It's like basically you knew it's your last season, so you just thought, right, let's stop all the nonsense and just get to the part where all the parts that everybody loves about Doctor Who, and I thank you for that, Steve Moffat. Never thought I'd say it, but I said it. It's there. It's done. So yeah, this episode was really, really interesting. So it opens up pretty much with the Masters have pretty much knocked out the Doctor. The Doctor wakes up, and I do have to say that John Sims and Michelle Gomez work really, really well together. And because of the way that they played it off, it was an interesting dynamic between them. Takes the whole loving yourself to a whole new level, but yeah, but it was still interesting how even though the Master was not really on the Doctor's side, Missy still was. So all that happened. We found out Bill is still pretty much kind of there. She's not completely taken over. And of course, I really like how they did this. It's like, you see her in the barn and you see that it's just normal Bill. No Cyberman stuff, no nothing. It is just straight up Bill in these, the clothes that she was in before she got turned into Cyberman. And of course it kind of tricked you into thinking, oh, Doctor somehow fixed her. But no, unfortunately, Bill still sees herself as herself. She doesn't see the Cyberman she's become. And I love the way they played with the camera angles and everything. And just that scene when the little girl comes in and gives her the mirror is really, really spot on. And just the way they played with it was really well done, especially when Bill was still kind of denying it, but then she looked to see her shadow, and obviously her shadow was of a Cyberman. So yeah, so basically the Cyberman at the bottom have basically had years and years and years to upgrade. So obviously came from the older Cybermen to newer Cybermen that we knew from the New Who, and basically have came to cause shiitake. So of course the Doctor tries to save the Doctor knows that he can't save Bill. He wants to save Bill from being a Cyberman, but even he admits himself that we might not be able to get out of this one. And to me, that is just the emotion in that, and the Doctor realizing that he kind of failed her, and it's really, really upsetting. And then of course it has the last battle, and it looks like the Master and Missy are about to leave, and Missy's just like, no, I want to stand with the Doctor. And the Master's like, no, not happening. But of course then we see that basically Missy ends up, well, kind of killing the Master, so basically the Master would regenerate into her. But of course then because she's just like, no, we weren't there to defeat the Doctor, we are here to stand by his side. And then the Master's like, no, actually we were always here to basically stab each other in the back. So he shoots her, and he shoots her twice, so that means that she can't regenerate. So obviously now we are not, because I know this was Michelle Gomez's last season, so I knew that something probably was going to happen to Missy. I'd like to see her again because she is such a fun character. Like, I love Missy. I think she's absolutely amazing. But it was still a nice sort of goodbye to her. Like, at least it left off that, you know, she wanted to go help the Doctor, but her other self decided to be a pain in the butt. So yeah, and then of course comes the scene where the Doctor is battling the Cyberman, and basically he gets shot a few times, and yeah, and basically he goes to regenerate, but Capaldi's like, right now the Doctor is plain refusing to regenerate. He is pretty much going, no, not happening, I ain't regenerating. So he keeps stopping it, which I didn't think you could actually do, but I'm pretty sure there's like a thing where, like, as much as he tries, it's gonna happen eventually. We all know it's Capaldi's last season. And basically so after all the fight happens, Bill comes to see him again, and of course the Doctor's pretty much dead on the floor, and she doesn't know what to do, and she's crying, and the next minute we see her back to normal in like other clothes, and we see Heather, the girl from the first episode. I have to admit, I was wondering when that girl was about to show up again, because I knew that wasn't, like, the first episode was not the last time we were going to see her. And now basically Bill is what Heather is now, because she can like do different things with anatomy and stuff like that to make her kinda human but not human, if that makes any sense. Basically, Bill's not a Cyberman anymore! Yay! So they end up going back into the TARDIS and having a conversation about it, and basically the Doctor's still pretty much dead on the floor, and Heather's just like, well, you've got a choice. I can turn you human again, but we can go on an adventure together if you want to, now that you're like me. And Bill has a bit of a thought, and then of course she has her final goodbyes with the Doctor. She cries, leaving a tear mark on his forehead, and then she leaves. My only problem with this scene was the fact that I feel like Bill would have waited a bit longer. Or at least, like, I don't feel like she would have left the Doctor in the TARDIS. Like, if she actually did think he was properly dead, I feel like she would have at least gotten to travel the TARDIS to somewhere where she can at least bury him. So at least that she would have stayed there a few seconds for him to come back to life. But I get what they did for that reason. But it just means that Bill can come back, even if it's just for one episode. I believe she may be in the Christmas special, but nothing's really been confirmed. But yes, so obviously we see that the tear somehow gets the Doctor to come back up. And of course he is basically regenerating again. And this dude is just plain refusing to regenerate. Because he's just like, you know what, I'm fed up with having so many different faces in my life. Just want to stay me. So he ends up coming out of the TARDIS from the first scene that we saw from last week's episode. And yes, so obviously he's in the snow and he is punching hard in the snow going, no, I'm not regenerating, I am not regenerating. And then we see a shadowy figure coming towards him, going, who are you? And the Doctor's like, well, I'm the Doctor. And he's like, no. It's like, no, you may be a Doctor, but you're not the Doctor. The original, you might say. And basically what we find out is it is the first Doctor who appears before him. So yeah, that I was so not expecting, but I'm so excited for the Christmas special now. That I think it's nice how like they're saying goodbye, like for the Christmas special. It's like the first Doctor, and I think Capaldi's meant to be the next cycle of Doctors. So I think my predictions of it is basically the first Doctor is going to teach the 12th Doctor basically why he started all of this in the first place, why he is the way he is, and all that, and I'm really excited. Again, I have not seen any classic Doctor Who, so obviously I do know of what the first Doctor looks like from like pictures and that, and obviously before anybody gets smart, I know it's not the official first Doctor, because I know he died a while ago because it was like he was an old man, and this was back in like 1963. It was 50 years ago. Obviously, the actor's not going to be alive anymore, so obviously they got another actor who just happens to look like him. And yeah, also, like, I will say, I got a phone call from my dad as soon as that episode finished, and he went on a rant on how it's not the first Doctor, and I'm like, yes, Dad, I know. And then he said something about his nose isn't right, and I'm like, Dad! But yeah, so yes, I really enjoyed this finale. I have to say, it's one of the best finales Doctor Who has had. Again, can't believe that Stephen Moffat actually wrote this, but again, well done. Well done, Steve Moffat. I know this is your final season, so you probably wanted to pull all the ropes. And yeah, so now of course we all knew that Capaldi was going to be in the Christmas special, so I wasn't like initially thinking we were going to see who the new Doctor is. Now when it comes to the new Doctor, from what I've heard, Capaldi's going to have his last sort of Doctor Who panel at Comic-Con, like San Diego Comic-Con, or something like that, and from what people have been saying, they might reveal who the new Doctor is at the panel, which I hope is not true. I hope they don't announce it in the panel, because as soon as they announce it in the panel, news outlets everywhere will be telling you who the new Doctor is, and of course you can't avoid that when you're on the internet as much as I am. So I like to think that maybe they'll keep it a surprise for the Christmas special, but I know what the BBC are like, and they like to tell us stuff that, like, especially I'm still annoyed the fact they told us the Master was coming back. It would have been so much better reveal if we had no idea that Johnson was coming back, but of course, BBC everybody. So yes. Again, I hope we do not find out who it is until the Christmas special. But most likely they're probably going to tell us at the San Diego Comic-Con panel. So yeah, anyways, what do you guys think? Do you want to know before the Christmas special, or do you want to wait? And what did you think of this episode? I have to say, I give it an A+ from me. So remember to like and subscribe for more geeky themed videos, and until we meet again, goodbye!